Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This week, let's just talk about different Lego builds that I've been working on across all different lines. Creator, Botanical, even some storage solutions, and a third-party set as well. Let's get started. So in January, Lego came out with a 3-in-1 creator set that was STEM related. You could build three things with it. You could either build a telescope, a microscope, or an alien spaceship, depending on what you wanted. The telescope was, of course, the main build with it, and it was really cool. So the telescope, once you build it, also comes with a light brick. And when you press on the light brick, it has pieces that go in it to look like planets or stars, like if you were out looking at the night sky. But it also had a Copernicus system with it as well. So that was part of it as well, showing you the orientation of the planets around the sun and that sort of thing. And it was really cool because it does spin. It even shows a little satellite with it as if it were out in space. So that was a very, very cool set. Very much satisfied the space nerd in me with this set. And it also replaced the set that we had that was really not a great set from Miniso that we had gotten many years ago that was also a telescope but kept falling apart just randomly on the shelf. This one put together much better. But the ironic part was some of the build techniques were very much the same. So I kind of wondered if somebody saw that set and then said, hey, let's do a Lego set like this, because there were some very similar techniques on that build. Then the second build out of that set, because yes, I bought two of those, was for the microbiologist in me, and I did build the microscope. And the microscope is cool as well. It's a much smaller build. The majority of the build is, if you do buy this, is in the telescope. The microscope is the second bigger build. It did not have a separate build with it. It did have the same slides that you use with the telescope to look like slides that are a microscope. I do wish they had given maybe in there as well something that was a little more ideal for a microscope, because you're not going to be looking at stars or planets under a microscope, but still cool. Still utilizes the light brick, still gives you that same idea of looking at a slide. So for, of course, this is geared more for kids or display. It works great for that standpoint. It very much works for that. Then the third one I'll just show you a picture of, and that is the little alien spaceship here, and I had no desire to build that one, so we did not get 3-in-1 creator sets. But that was the creator set from January that I did pick up. Then I believe around Valentine's Day they brought out a new botanical set, and it was the daisies, and it was small. And yes, I did get the daisy set, because my love of botanicals. I said I wasn't buying any more because I'm running out of spots to put flowers in the house. But I did this. I was given this one for Valentine's Day from Jared. So that was also a very cool build. And we'll take a deeper look at this. So it comes with 3 daisies. And then 2 stalks that are look like sprouting daisies. And then 2 purple pieces that to me look almost like bachelor buttons or some form of wisteria, something like that. But it is really cute, and it would work great in a small pot or a very small vase. Nothing real tall. They're very short, as you can see here. So I've still got to get something to put those in. And then the third thing that has been built recently was I did get for Christmas a Pantasy set. So before Lego has announced their Snoopy set that I know is coming out, I believe in July, and yes, it will be bought. The Pantasy had kind of been the key place to get Peanuts things. It isn't Lego, it was a third-party vendor. They had a great deal around Black Friday. I actually got 2 sets for Christmas from them, from Jared. The second set is a Christmas set, so I haven't built it yet, so I'll have to review that one later. It is actually a Christmas tree with Peanuts related, which I'm very excited about. It's going to look great with our Peanuts Christmas tree that we do have. But for the first set was a smaller build, and it's a little close jar, and they actually have several in the set. but I tried to pick out the most iconic one when he was asking which one I thought I would want. And the one I picked is this one. It's Snoopy sitting on the house with his typewriter writing a story, because that is very iconic Snoopy. It's in a lot of comic strips. It's in some of the TV specials. A very cute set. Really did like the set. Would highly recommend probably Pantasy. It gets, and I know that a lot of people do actually like Pantasy as a third party. It is a little bit cheaper. I believe this set was only about $30. Don't remember the piece count off the top of my head, but it also, the only thing about it was stickers. They did have quite a bit of stickers, which you kind of do understand with the cheaper third-party sets. That does make a lot of sense. The only other thing that I really didn't love about it was the way Snoopy went together, the minifig, if you will, for Snoopy in Woodstock. It was completely apart, which meant putting on his little tail, trying to get his arms in, and the way he had to snap together, and those had to go back. They didn't just poke in. You actually had to have all that lined up before you snapped the body together. And where the tail was so small and it kept moving around, it was kind of the difficult part, and the part that kind of took me out of the build a little bit, and caused a little frustration for me on that part. So that was the one thing I didn't like. Other than that, this is a very cute build. The house, the detail with the looking like the pages are floating up from the typewriter. The typewriter detail is very cool. Just the scene it's setting with the kind of the garden scene in the yard. All of that is very cool with this. I did like the printed Peanuts tile on there. I don't remember if they had a World War II flying ace, which I think would be a really cool one to have. If they had that in there, I think a male one was the other one I remember off the top of my head with this. But I'm definitely possibly going to look into other Pantasy sets to see about those. Then some of the other things that we found. Around Christmas, Target had a small display and it went really quick. I don't know about in your area, but ours went very quick. They had little mini head figures, or just the mini head storage containers at Christmas. And one of them was a snowman. And yes, I did get the snowman because he's just very cute. And as you can see, I haven't even taken him out of the box, but I did get him. So that was one thing. And then one other thing that we have found as of recently was on clearance at Michael. In that same vein, they had a 4-pack of the heads. And I already had one of the, I think when they did the snowman, they did some regular yellow heads too. And I did buy just the regular head. But this is a 4-pack, so it has the regular head smiling, the female head, the regular head, and then right down here, one with his tongue sticking out, which I find hilarious and very much me, because when I'm working on things, my husband, my sister, my entire family laugh at me, because when I'm really concentrating, I have that look on my face because I always have my tongue sticking out. So that was one other cool thing. And lastly, I did want to revisit something from a couple of videos ago. When I was showing you the room, I showed a huge shipper box and said, I'll come back to what this is. And realized, never went back to it. But I think you'll be very interested what was in the shipper box. And I don't know if I'm ever going to build this set. It was definitely an investment set. So I'm going to show you that now. So where Jared's love of Star Wars Lego, I was the complete opposite, and I was a big Star Trek person. Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, those were my shows. I would love to have a Deep Space Nine set. So Lego, if you're listening, Deep Space Nine is your next one. But we did buy the Enterprise. And like I said, I don't know if we'll ever build this set. It does come with a bunch of minifigures. It comes with about 11 minifigures. It's really cool. It's massive. I have seen it built. That's part of why I don't know if it'll ever be built, because I don't know at this point where in the world it's going to go. It's huge. But it's also one of those sets that I know with the minifigs and how much people like Star Trek, this set will appreciate in value. It was on back order. I don't know. It may still be on back order because it was, we ordered it, pre-ordered it, and it was on back order. So it actually came late. But we also did it when they had their gift with purchase. So I do even have the little shuttle as well that comes with the little extra red person. So we have the whole set. So there's been some discussion about building this or not. So that part we'll have to see about. But I just wanted to share with you today some of the sets that have been built, and let you know we're still working on the Lego room. Hopefully we'll be back in there soon, sooner rather than later at this point, and I'll be able to start working on some of the bigger builds that are kind of in the backlog. I'm really hoping that my next one is going to be the Milky Way set, but that one's going to take a while. So that's all for today, and I will see you next time. Be sure if you like this video to like and subscribe. Have a great day.